I'm so excited to take you with me on a drive out to the country. What do you think? No, not what do you think of my messy backyard. What do you think about taking a drive to the country? I want to show you some farmland, and I want to just kind of show you what this area looks like. Well, it's lush and green. That's the front of my house. No, this isn't the street I live on. I had to keep that part private. But this is pretty close to where I live, and we're going to pass a lot of nice little houses and the Richland Park, which is close by. And basically just kind of drive north and see where it takes us. This is just a very typical street in my town, as we are still in town. We are now passing my favorite part of Richland Park, where they have a really beautiful row of pine trees. I really miss pine trees because, you know, I used to live in Montana for so many years. So you come out here, it's so lush and green and beautiful, but it's almost too humid to deal with pine trees, which are used to dry soil. So it's only a very special kind of pine tree that can grow out here. But they do have pine trees that have really nice pine cones on them, and so I have collected them before. Alright. Every time that you see a splice or a change in the film, be aware that I am trying to keep people and some certain vehicles out of the video. That is a legal consideration. I don't know anybody that lives on this street. Wait, I do too. I think, right? Possibly along this row of houses, I do. Okay. I think I'm gonna go right here because it takes us back north again eventually. North of my town is Franklin, Kentucky first, and then not Bozeman, that's Montana. I'm really lost in space here. I meant to say Bowling Green. Bowling Green, it begins with a B. way that I'm taking might end us up in a different town, but we'll still be going north. Right now I'm going east, just for a little bit, and then I'll go back north. I hope that you all get the same perspective that I do, because this is really just looking so beautiful to me today. It's a sunny day. Just gorgeous out. And I thought, wow, it's not very often not too hot when it's this green out. Because usually when it's this green and lush, that means I have to run the air conditioning in my car. Not today. It's very nice, fair weather today. Isn't this a gorgeous street? Oh my, look at that house. Old barn. It's not even old, actually. It's a cabin. There's an old barn. Well, I don't even know if that's old or not either. The fence looks new. Looks like one of those vinyl fences. I thought I might try to avoid this vehicle for a second, but I just wanted you to see who was there real quick. The machines were out trimming the branches back off the trees that are the limbs that are hanging out over the street. You know that buses, trucks need to go by. Isn't that a gorgeous lake? This is called Portland Lake. Oh, we got another tree cutter out. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful day today. This is a private lake. I guess a certain amount of people in the town get to call that their private lake for fishing and what all. But up this road is the reservoir that is public. And I come up here sometimes. In fact, the video that I did with cutting flowers was up here. Isn't that pretty? The flowers were all along the side of the road here. This is where I was picking them. And the water coming through the reservoir was a lot swifter and full. This is the overflow creek on the left side of my car. Yeah, it was right here. Somebody came along and just chopped all those flowers and grass down. It was pretty wild in the springtime. Okay, I'm just heading up this hill so I can get turned around by this factory or establishment up here, which I can't remember turn around rather than the driveway at the bumpy lake. Yeah, I can do this. You notice that I'm driving with one hand this time. It's very nice to have a car that's automatic. I don't have to have both hands on the wheel all the time. Not saying that I shouldn't, because I should, but pretty over here with the pine cones all laying all over the ground. Nobody out today. School started at the beginning of August, so seems like around here the town just kind of, all the summer activity dies down, and all of a sudden there's traffic all over the street because people are going to bring their children to school. The roads are far more crowded now. So since I'm not filming other cars passing me by, or at least not yet, and don't think that there are no cars on the road, because there are. Very few and far between, because I'm out towards the country. But nevertheless, I am passing cars here and there. I get to go a little faster in this car than I did with my little Nissan, which is what I was driving in my last driving video. It was a manual, so I had to use the stick shift, so I had to find a way to film with my hands free. Now, I am holding the camera with my other hand, and it's amazing to me how much easier to do it is than I thought. As long as I don't go too fast. Okay, so we're coming back out by that old cabin and fence again since I turned around. And this was just a little detour. I just love this little spot with the lake. So we are going to take you, after we get out of here, take you back up north again towards the farms. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? So pretty. What a beautiful day. Okay. I think now we're headed. We're still in Sumner County, I believe. As far as the eye can see. Look at that. And here we are, just heading into farmland. I believe these are either soybeans or some kind of bean. It's definitely a bean crop. Tennessee is known for growing tobacco, beans, soybeans, corn. I'm not real familiar with all of it, but I know what I've seen. And oh my goodness, there is no smell or fragrance as wonderful as either tobacco or pork or something that is being smoked in one of these nearby little barns or buildings. And that smell that comes from the little wisps of smoke coming out of the buildings is just fabulous. Oh my goodness. It looks a little swampy in there, doesn't it? We're passing the creek now. That's a gorgeous creek. I think it's called Drake's Creek. I had to pull over and let that car go by. That's what that was all about. Not a comfortable little dip on the side of the road there. That wasn't fun. Especially now I have this much bigger car, which is why it's going to be much louder. Another car I had to pull over for. Okay. Okay, let's see. What do we got growing over here? A lot of little housing, you know, suburbs along the way. Pretty in there. It's really pretty in there. You know, drive by some of these cars that are going like 60 miles an hour on these small country roads, and you're thinking, bet he's lived here all of his life and doesn't see it anymore. Don't you think? It's easy to get used to beauty. It's easy to get used to splendor. And you don't miss it until it's gone. Here we come out into some beautiful fields. Look at this. Oh my, my, my. What a beautiful day. What is that that's growing there? I can't tell. Looks like it's sun, though, whatever it is. Late in the year. This is a middle of the week in September. I'm telling you, those of you who are listening to the voiceover, that this is how it's looking in the middle of September. Things are just about ready to turn. Like that field there, it kind of indicates that fall is coming. It'll be flaming yellow and orange very soon. But I didn't want to wait because I wanted to give you an idea of what it looks like in the summertime here. How lush and green. Because it's very humid here, actually, in the summertime. Here's your quintessential property with a barn on it. Which way should I go? Let's go straight and just see if we can see the house. Not much. Sorts. 40 miles an hour. Well, I'm not gonna let you see my speedometer. No looky. No looky. I'll just go 35. Now you can see it. Nice big yellow house there. Isn't that pretty? It's like a plantation home. Big field of green, whatever it is. So we're just gonna keep going further and further north here. Stop. There's nobody in the car with me to tell me when. So I'll just go and go and go till I feel like stopping. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous house. That's something. Wow. They have so much property. They've got this huge fence. Alright. Now, you can agree with me or not, but sometimes it does all start looking the same. Except here and there, you know, where a crop of trees is growing, or of a big field of farmland or something. Okay. So I've had some people ask me about doing Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, oh, oh. Nice. Anyway, talking about seasonal videos. Like I have really great plans for the holidays, and I was rudely awakened to the fact that seasonal videos are not a good financial investment on YouTube. And I was highly advised to not do thematic videos. Oh, look at that. Another good. This has got to be the same creek. Just fire up. Nice. Nice. Ooh, I really want to get out. Guess I'll do that later. Yeah, so anyway, the idea is that people don't watch videos about Christmas for the whole rest of the year, and so, it's recommended not to. So, my plan is to just go ahead and do videos that are regular sounds and stuff, but just, maybe see my decorations in the background or something. Like I did with my purse video. I think I'll go left here, just take a little detour instead of going north. But I'll probably come back down this road. Go back to going up north. Let's just see what's down here. Okay. It's kind of looking the same to me. Yeah, you've seen one tree, you've seen them all. I'm just kidding. Yeah, see, this is more of a residential area because I think it's going to be heading west back into town, so I need to turn around somewhere here soon. Back into some of the farmland again. That's a nice dead cornfield coming up. I'll bet you they are full of dry ears of corn. Yep, they are. When they leave the corn on the stalk like that, I think it might be safe to assume that it's going to be harvested as feed corn for chickens or something. But I don't know for sure, actually. That's a nice home. Very nice homes over here. So, those are some pretty nice homes there. There's a huge development right over there. Right across from a huge cornfield. It's so amazing. I had to get past that car. So now here we are up on that cornfield. Scraggly old thing. There's a silo at this beautiful farm. Don't they just look so quintessential? Cows. Ooh, cows. I do love cows. Don't know if I want to live next to them though, because there's probably tons of flies. Cornfields. More cornfields. Another barn with a silo. Wow. I like that they still paint their barns red these days. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? They have a beautiful brick home out front, too. All shaded with shade trees. That's what I like. Or as they say these days, now that's what I'm talking about. Willow tree. I'll let this car pass me so you can actually believe that we do have cars on the road. We do. Now here's a field that is still really green, and we're out into, there's another car. There you go. Okay. Now you see, I do run into vehicles. So we went up and down that street. Let's continue north. Take a left here. Get back on the road that we were on. See how far up the road we can get. Another 40 speed limit sign. I love these slopey hills. They're fun to drive. Got up these ups and downs. I wonder what that, oh, I guess that's just a big white telephone pole. They look old. Don't they look really old? Oh, oh. Well, I had to show you that tractor of sorts. I don't know if it was a tractor or what it was, but we do wait on them a lot in this area. pretty far north here, so we're in the countryside, really in the countryside in between towns. I'm looking for a sign that says Mitchellville, and then we'll turn around. Oh, look at the gorgeous creek. Isn't that pretty? I wish I had a creek on my property at home. But then again, maybe I don't because mosquitoes. I absolutely hate insects if they buzz or bite. Now, honestly, look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. My goodness. My goodness. This is such a nice area. So, I can live with spiders. I know that sounds strange. Spiders, especially the small ones or the daddy long legs, they don't scare me. They don't bother me. Unless, of course, they get in my pillow. But I've never... Well, let's see. One time I got a bug in my pillow. I kept hearing something scratching under my ear. I screamed and threw my pillow up and ripped off the pillowcase. And there was a big bug in there, but I don't remember what kind it was. I don't think it was a spider. Maybe it was a spider. I don't know, but... Oh, there's a church. Okay, so... I think I'll get back out. Looks like we're getting a little bit of clouds in the sky off to the west. I mean east. No, west of us. There. Not supposed to get rain today, though. So, I don't know. 20 miles an hour. I'm only going 22 miles an hour. Doesn't it look like I'm going faster? I think this is it. Mitchellville. Yes. This is a good spot to stop and turn around. We've come a long way. Nah, not the dirt road. Let's take that. Okay, I see an old, abandoned schoolhouse over here on the right. That's an old school. I wonder how long it's been out of commission. Wow. Some trucks and some old Kroger. What do you call those? Truck beds? Truck containers. No, I think they're called shipping crates. Okay, back down this road. Let's take a look at this house. Well, there's a couple houses on this street that are just completely abandoned. Looks like a ghost town over here. Wow. Shipping crates are empty. The school is abandoned. But this is not Mitchellville. It's just part of Mitchellville. I think we're on the very edge of town. Alright, let us head back home here. Got a little bit of a drive ahead of us. I won't film it all in reverse, but I will take you with me a little bit back home. Some areas look a little bit different coming back than they did going up, especially as you're going down certain hills. Oh, isn't that neat? So you kind of get a different perspective sometimes when you're on the other side of the street. Here and there, anyway. And that's nice coming down this hill. Open countryside. It's just gorgeous. Yeah. Sometimes I'm just kind of speechless. But it is such a beautiful day. See, there goes a car. I'm glad he's crossing instead of getting in front of me. Yeah, so there's a dead field coming up here on the left. Wonder what was growing there. Oh, yeah. I love it when the creeks show up because there's so much nice trees. I saw a few fall leaves. Another creek, so pretty. I love how the trees are just real thick around a river or a creek. I like fences along the side of the road too. They're very, even though they represent, keeping somebody out, car behind me, I gotta get out of the way. Okay, here we go. Let's get back. Whoa. Gee. Sometimes I really don't like traffic because there's so much of obnoxious kind. Let's get out of here. I don't know whose driveway I turned into, but I just wanted to get out of the way of another car again. 1, 2, 5, 4. I don't know who lives there. realize that they're on the wrong street or something, or because we have a dead-end street that they're in the wrong place, that they can't get through. So by the time they see that it's not a through street, they're right at my driveway, so they use it to turn it around in quite a bit. I think it's because our driveway's a little, wide and welcoming, I guess, in some ways. Oh, well, part of the reason would be because we don't park out front. We don't park our cars in the front of our yard. We park in the backyard. Just like to keep our front yard looking neat. Here's another. I guess we already saw this one from the other side, maybe, but it's a barn with a silo. Here's the house that was in front of it. Bales of straw. It could be hay, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know the difference. Unless I were to go up and take a sniff. Boy, hay is so fragrant as opposed to straw. Some arrow signs here telling us to watch out for the curve. Can do that. Well, this is a tough driveway. Can get this smoothly enough here. Boy, I wish I would just quit running into so much cars coming up behind me. That's why I'm pulling into all these driveways, because I have to get out of people's way. Hey, we are turning left. I believe this is Denning Ford Road, which means I am almost home. Maybe not. No, that wasn't Denning Ford. What road was that? Oh, same one I was on. What's that big sign in the background there? I just love how lush and green everything is. But there's certainly a price to pay for it. Lots of humidity and lots of rain. Here's some dead fields, but there's flowers. Flowers are pretty. creek back in there over to the right, but you can't see it. Oh, I have to stop and see the horses. Let's stop for a minute. Oh, aren't they neat? Wow, I love them. You can certainly see a lot of horses in Tennessee. But yeah, I like that. It's just that you don't get to see them all the time. You have to make an effort to go a little bit out of town, but only a few miles. Kind of back into some of the residential area here right now. The clouds have kind of come over the sun somewhat. You can see in the horizon down south there that we are going to possibly get some rain. I don't know, sometimes here the clouds